Now, my next guest, I'm so excited to bring you Cierra Ramirez. You have seen her, I guarantee it. She's been on, as I mentioned, Sweet Life of Zach and Cody. She's been on CSI Miami, Desperate Housewives. She's all over the place. She's got a fabulous music career that's building and growing, and she's just doing amazing things. And right now, she's starring in a movie called Girl in Progress, where she plays the daughter of Eva Mendez's character named Grace. Grace is a single mom. She's juggling life like we've been talking about, and she's trying to find that balance. And Cierra plays a young girl who just really needs attention, like many of you, I'm sure. So, Cierra Ramirez, welcome to Teen Talk Radio. Appreciate you being here.
Hi, thank you so much for having me.
Oh, it's great to have you. Congratulations on your new movie. It's fabulous.
Thank you so much. I'm super excited to see what happens with it.
Yeah. You've got some great people in this movie. Eva Mendes, Matthew Modine, Patricia Arquette. What a great cast. How was it working together?
It was great. Going into it, I was a little intimidated. They're all so talented. But right away, they all made me feel as their equal and right at home. And we just made a lot of great memories, and I learned so much from each and every single one of them.
Oh, that's awesome. And you do have quite a resume yourself. You said they're all so talented and you felt intimidated, but you have quite the resume already. So congratulations to you. Yeah. So tell us about your character in Girl in Progress.
Okay. Well, basically, I play a 13-year-old girl who feels neglected by her mother. And I kind of seek a rite of passage as a way to enter adulthood and leave my childhood behind. So I come up with a bunch of plans that I need to experience to become an adult, like getting bullied, hanging out with the wrong crowd, being the teacher's pet, and, it all kind of backfires on me.
So you pursue those things because in your mind, as this 13-year-old girl, you have to endure them all before you can move on to the next step, basically.
Exactly.
Cool. Yeah. Well, and I can understand that because as a parent, I tell my kids all the time, you'll understand this when you're older because you haven't gone through these things yet. So I can really see a teenage girl kind of setting out to pursue those experiences in hopes of being grown up on the other side. But how are you, you yourself, Cierra Ramirez? How are you similar to your character in the movie, and how are you different?
I would have to say the fact that, she kind of produces her own little story with her coming of age and everything, and I've always kind of wanted to go into that career. I've always wanted to produce and make my own story, kind of, when I could get older. So I really admire the fact that she took that part so strongly.
And then how are you different?
A girl in progress because I recently booked a show as a series regular, so I had to pack up and move from Houston and leave all my family behind. But I'm just really excited to start a new chapter of my life.
Wow. And, my listeners, this is a Teen Talk show, and they are in progress. And I think that title really resonates with teenagers, especially, with teenage girls as they look at their lives. They do feel in progress. It's like a state of flux, just not quite sure which way they're going to go and what's going to happen. And it does feel like almost like you're, as a teenage girl, like you're a victim of the circumstances around you and what other people decide, and taking that power, taking ownership and making things happen for yourself, I think is an empowering idea for a teenager.
Yes, it is. It really is.
Yeah. So what do you think? Why do you think teenagers, especially girls, because I see this way more with girls than boys, why do you think they're so eager to grow up?
Well, I think it's pretty easy, especially like in high school or as a teenager, to be easily influenced by, other people, and you're trying to find yourself, and you're in that like state where you're a kid and you're almost an adult, you're just trying to find yourself. And I think Ansia that just really wanted attention, and everyone can relate to that. Everyone wants attention and wants to know that they're loved by their parents, and I think everyone really needs that.
Yeah. And especially in this day and age when both parents are typically working, or very often it's a single parent home, that attention gets divided up between so many different things. And I think our teenagers kind of feel pushed to the side quite often. Yeah.
Definitely. That's definitely what I'm feel that is feeling.
So one of the phrases that comes with the promos of this movie is, and I keyed into it because I thought it was really smart, and I was just curious about your take on it. It said, sometimes growing up means acting your age. How would you apply that phrase to teenage listeners? What would your advice be based on that idea?
Well, I think that that phrase means, you know, just I feel that is so eager to grow up, but she needs to stop and take a look around her because, you know, everything's happening so fast. She needs to actually just soak in everything and enjoy her age. That's
because
what
it
we
goes
all
so
need
fast.
to do.
Yeah.
It's going to happen so fast, and we just need to accept that we're teenagers.
Well, you sound pretty wise, and I just wonder how, I don't know, I'm sure you didn't hear the first segment of this show, but we were talking about the comparison between what society sees in celebrity, the idea of celebrity, and what we see in celebrities themselves, and the reality of it. And how do you stay grounded and age appropriate or responsible in the midst of what society sees and the idea of celebrity?
Oh, well, I definitely surround myself with my family and really close friends. I try not to get easily influenced by, you know, hanging out with bad crowds or people that have, you know, can ruin the reputation. You know, I just try to stay humble, you know, hang out with friends. I go to public school, so that helps a lot. And, you know, I'm always grounded, you know, if I ever get out of line.
Wow. Well, and it's important to make those choices. I talk about that on this show a lot, that you have to prepare for that. You have to decide that ahead of time to say, you know what, when I move to this place or when I start on this movie or I take this new job, I'm not going to let myself get mixed up with the wrong people or make the wrong choices. And I think that's important for teenagers to key into, that it's not just them who have to do that. Even, you know, in a position like you're in, you've already made that choice. So
Right.
I think that's great. What is next for you? Girl in Progress comes out pretty soon. What are you working on next?
Well, like I said, I just moved out here. I booked a series regular role on The Secret Life of an American Teenager.
Awesome.
So that's super exciting.
Yay.
And so I thought it would be a great way to spread awareness, and everyone's so welcoming at the cast, and I can't wait to start working.
Oh, that's fantastic. How can listeners find you, and also the movie Girl in Progress? How can they see it? When they go to see it, where can they get more information about it?
Well, you can go like our Facebook page, Girl in Progress. In the meantime, there's going to be lots of prizes that you can win by the more fans that like the page. So that's going to be really cool. You can win a few makeup kits and learn more about the movie by seeing different movie clips. It's going to be really cool. And it's going to be in theaters May 11th.
And that's nationwide, May 11th. Wow. That's awesome. The Facebook page too, you can see the movie trailer, and the contests are all right there, and that's Girl in Progress. How about you? Do you have a website that we can point people to keep track of you, or are you on Facebook?
Well, I do have a Facebook fan page, and it's just Cierra Ramirez, my name, and I have a Twitter at Cierra Ramirez.
Awesome. And we've been tweeting about your interview, and the podcast will be available later, and I'll be putting out that information for everyone too. I want to make sure I keep pointing people back to this movie. I think it's such an important topic, from the idea of appropriate and not rushing the growing up process, and also the parent, especially mother-daughter relationship. I think the relationship between you and your mom in the movie, who's played by Ava Mendez, is such an important thing to look at, because teenage girls, it's such a struggle, the mother-daughter relationship in those teen years. And you said you're pretty close to your family. Did you see anything in the movie? Did you relate to the relationship you had with your mom in the movie at all, or is your family relationship completely different?
My family is completely different. You know, like I don't go through as many extreme rebellions. Maybe the most I'll ever rebel against my parents is probably talking back a couple times. But she goes to, the extreme. She'll go through changing her whole appearance, making a point to talk back to teachers and hang out with the wrong crowd. So I'm different like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, this has been Cierra Ramirez. You can check her out on Facebook and on Twitter, Cierra, Cierr Ramirez. And the movie is Girl in Progress, and that's available on Facebook. You can look at it there. Releases nationwide in theaters on May 11th. Cierra, thanks so much for being with me here today, and we'll keep promoting this movie, and I wish you all the best with its release and your new endeavors as well.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you.